Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Political Excess. Today, let's go over my prediction for the upcoming governor's races. Now, I did one of these about a month ago, and actually not much is changing from that prediction. It's still a little bit too early, and not a lot is known in many of these states. But let's go through it anyway if the election were held today. So the safe Democratic states, over a 10-point margin: California, Hawaii, Colorado, Illinois, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. Now, Illinois, that's up in the air. New York, maybe the Republicans get it under 10, and Democrats will pick up Massachusetts. It's hard to imagine that being under 10, given the candidates, even though it is a Republican-favored year. And in Rhode Island, Dan McKee, the governor there, might be having some competition in the primary, but in the general, until I see some more polling, I'm putting that at safe. Now, the safe Republican states: Idaho, Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas still, Arkansas with Sarah Sanders, Ohio, that'll be safe, Tennessee, Alabama, South Carolina, and then, of course, New Hampshire and Vermont. Now, some of these are borderline ratings, but until further information develops, I'm going to leave them as they are. Now on to the likely Democratic states. These are under a 10-point margin, but over 5 points. I have New Mexico. That actually could go down to a lean. We'll see what happens there. And then Minnesota, Maryland, that'll be a flip for the Democrats, and Connecticut. The last several races were extremely close. Democrats have not won 51% of the vote in a governor's election since 1986, but having said all that, I'm still keeping it at a likely margin. It will be a rematch between Ned Lamont and Bob Stefanowski. Maybe it gets interesting, but for now, likely Democrat. Now, the likely Republican states. There is Alaska, Iowa, and Florida. I'll just leave it at that for now on those. And then on to the lean Democratic states. First up in Oregon, I have it at a lean. I think Republicans could be competitive in this year with an open seat until I see Tina Kotek with some polling over 50% consistently. I'm going to have that at a lean. Next up, Nevada. I think Steve Sisolak is probably a little bit more likely to hold on to that seat. And then Michigan. Now, this I've changed from a tilt to a lean. I think given the Republicans' struggles in the primary with the signature verification, that, I think, at this point boosts Gretchen Whitmer up to a lean margin, but it's a long way from Election Day. And finally, I have Maine. Again, that rematch there between Janet Mills and Paul LePage. That's likely, and I think Janet Mills will hold on, but we'll see what happens. Now, the lean Republican states. First up, Arizona. All things considered, I think they should be able to hold on to it. And then Georgia, I think, now, as expected, Brian Kemp, another rematch with him and Stacey Abrams. I see Brian Kemp winning that at least by 3 or 4 points. And finally, on to the tilt states. There are none for the Democrats, and the rest are for the Republicans. First up, Kansas. I think Laura Kelly, she should probably lose, but I don't think it'll be a complete landslide or anything. We'll see how the polling develops as the summer goes on. Wisconsin, again, I think Tony Evers is more likely to lose than not, but I wouldn't count him out entirely. And finally, Pennsylvania. I have it at a tilt still. I'm giving the Republicans the benefit of the doubt. This is going to be the race to watch. I'm not sure what I'll be able to make of the polling, but as of now, the Doug Mastriano-Josh Shapiro matchup is probably the number one race to watch out of all of these. That's my prediction. It's the same result of 29 Republicans, 21 Democrats. Let me know in the comments, do you agree? Do you disagree? If you enjoy this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.